What's something you're never doing again? Starting a relationship with somebody purely because they showed interest in me. I used to be so desperate for love, but I finally found out that starting a relationship out of desperation is, or ends up being, horrible for each person involved. The best way to start a relationship is because you're interested in them. And that doesn't necessarily mean you find that immediately upon meeting them. Sometimes you just have to talk to them for a bit. It's not the same for everyone. I met my current GF because she wrote that she liked sea shanties, and I thought that was interesting. Going to Times Square to see the ball drop on New Year's Eve one time was enough for me. It was too cold and too crowded, and there was nowhere to take a piss, and some drunk chick threw up all over one of my boots. Giving up who I am for a relationship. Getting born. Law school. Took my last exam today. Buying nice jewelry as a gift early in a relationship. Attempting suicide. Never doing that again. I almost killed myself. Dating a coworker. Quitting a job just because I'm having a rough week. Then living off my savings till it's too late and run out of money before getting desperate enough to find another gig. Never again. Hitchhiking 6,000 miles across Canada and back. Sticking a needle in a patient's dick because he had an erection for more than 4 hours. Buy off-brand Q-tips. Taking a Greyhound bus instead of any other option there is. A Segway tour of anything. It's standing mostly still the entire time. I can walk for quite a while with no issue, but just standing still for 2 to 3 hours? Not for me. I'm sure many people can do it no problem. For me, after an hour my feet and back started to ache, and I wished I had walked instead. We ended up walking around the second day and had a lot more fun. Driving while very tired. I once had a pretty long drive after only getting like an hour of sleep the night before, and ended up nodding off at the wheel and driving off the road into a small ditch. Thankfully there was no one else on that small highway, so nobody got hurt, but it made me realize just how dangerous it could be, almost as bad as driving drunk. I ate a chunk of a Carolina Reaper before it was officially declared the hottest pepper. I'll never do something like that again, for sure. Meth. Standing over a lit jack-o'-lantern spraying shaving cream into it. Turns out it's flammable, and taking a jet of flame to the face is bad. Sleeping in my shed. My neighbor threatened to steal my lawnmower, so last summer I spent most nights sleeping in my shed protecting my lawnmower. I had a little army cot that I slept on. Cocaine hopefully. Honestly, roller coasters. I've done it enough to know that I absolutely hate it, so at this point I just accept my fate as a fucking loser. Visiting Las Vegas. I have never disliked a place more. It was like a garbage dump sprinkled with a misplaced shipment of Louboutin heels. Edit. You all are wild, assuming I spent my entire time there on the strip, and that this description only applies to that part of Las Vegas. Eating the leftover salt from a pretzel bag. Riding the zipper at any fair ever again. Installing a dishwasher. I'm moderately handy at best, and to be fair, I did successfully remove the old dishwasher and install the new one, but holy shit, what a fucking pain in the ass. I must have had to push it in and pull it out a dozen times to get everything plugged in and lined up, and then finally getting the feet all in place. That was easily the worst $75 I ever saved doing something myself. I'll never let the grass grow so tall again before mowing it. It's far more difficult to mow when it's high. Mine took 2 to 3 passes with the mower because I'd let it go too long. Trying to stay friends with people who don't make any effort to stay friends. As an adult you really just move on and just appreciate the friends you have. Before people hit me with the people are busy argument, The context of this is that some of the friends I have made plans with don't even reply to me when I ask them on the day itself. Like one friend I was going to the movies with didn't reply to any of my texts, even when I was on my way, so I just watched by myself. Didn't receive any explanation for this even in the following days or like, ever. I don't think it's being busy but a lack of courtesy. Dating/sleeping with a best friend. Seeking out a relationship. It is mentally devastating to a mind that is already a barren wasteland of defeat and scarring from previous attempts. Going on a cruise. Trapped in claustrophobic spaces with hordes of strangers? No thanks. Getting an Uber/Lyft for a drunk person/woman again. I let her take my ride, since I was obviously more sober and a complete stranger. Bitch pisses in the back seat. $200 fare. College. Having unprotected sex with a girl I don't get along with. Scuba diving. Not a safe activity for someone with panic attacks. Glad I did it once, never doing it again. Valuing other people's opinions more than whether or not I feel good.